More cobbler. Blueberry. Count blueberry. Probably about the same nutritional value. Probably. Sticks to your ribs, kids. And your hands. And your arms and your pants. Yeah. Because you know we want as flat of a surface as possible when we bolt stuff up there. Yep. Yep, I know. I know. It's like mint cake icing. Only tastier. Hey Dad, I said, make sure you don't grind off so much of the weld that you grind into the hole behind it. Hey, succeeded! Yeah. Think I found the hole! Yep. That's some daylight through there. Yep, that's fucking ugly. Well, it kind of was before. Yep. Needed to be done. Yep, we'll make it work. We're letting the Lucas out! We get it, bro, you vape. Also, this is getting worse, not better. Air. Like compressed air to put it out? Yeah. It's not a bad idea. It just keeps coming. Jesus. Apparently I missed something when I vacuumed out these sills. It's really hot right there, and it's still smoking. Hey Dad, I might have set your car on fire. Hey, put it out. Yeah. Let's see about that. You just keep applying volatile organic compounds. Okay. Well, we managed to get the fire put out, and the yeah, that's pretty ugly. Well, that was harder than it had any right to be. But solid now. I mean, apart from the top, but I assume there's something that covers that. Yeah, cool. Engine bay is coming along nicely. You can see here the factory flange that we were very careful to replicate in steel. I mean, that Dad managed to replicate in putty. You mean we made out of a dead seal? Looks like frosting a cake. What dent? That's quite a bit nicer. Yeah, there's no dent there. It's not caved in. No. No. Good as new. You're imagining things. So Dad started puttying in here, and then we test fit the fender, and we realized it didn't fit anymore because this stuck out too far. And it wasn't just putty. I think my previous repairs on this had kind of pushed it out a little much. So we had to grind it down. We actually had to cut this side, tap it in, then re-weld it. So that was fun, but that was actually not that hard. The one that's currently concerning me is this side, which was the same way. And that's a lot of brass right there. Another victory for the world's best hot glue gun. That's better. Also, more to the point, it's a lot closer to straight, which is good, because that means the fender's gonna fit. I don't know why I'm looking at that fender. I think it's this fender. It is this fender. Sounds like twerking finally made it to Canada. So Dad, stupid question. Why is there putty on the wheel arch? Wheel arch? You mean that? Because we wanted the seat to go back farther. And the putty helps with that?
Well, it hides the abuse we gave with Thor the Magnificent Hammer. There's Thor right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we now have an extra ½ an inch for the seat to go. That one last click.
That may seem silly to some of you, but we're tall, so it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Also, this footbox didn't exactly get bigger from this conversion.
No.
Well, my dad went and borrowed a car trailer here, so we could haul the car off to get painted. Let's go see if the car's ready.
Not done yet. I forgot to sand the fucking rear wheel well.
And so, for the first time in a rather long time, the car is leaving the shop.
Sort of.
Yeah, not under its own power, but, well, it is under V8 power at least.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, it's a Toyota V8, but it's something. Baby steps.
Then the new gas pedal will go in the spot that's there. But I had to move them over because otherwise there was no...
On the Tiger, they ended up using almost a 2-yard gas pedal to make it work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's still more to strip on this car.
Yeah.
All these panels and crap.
All these panels and crap.
God, it's pungent in here.
Huh?
Pungent.
Pungent. Rotten. I don't know what's going on here. There's a lot of honey.
Right here. Also fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say this panel is a flaming mess? Woodpeckers?
I think boring beetles.
Mmm.
Yeah.
No, we'd better treat the other panels quickly before they lay eggs.
Yeah.
Before the young emerge.
Looks like one already did.
Uh-oh. So Dad is confused.
Very confused. Why is there putty when this is smooth as glass?
Well, was there putty?
1/4 of an inch of putty.
As you might notice, all around us and on my car and in the air.
And up my nose.
All we can figure is that this Fender has something wrong towards the back of it here, and they just started puttying and I guess liked it.
They had a gallon and a big spatula?
Yeah, you know when you mix up too much.
Yeah, but it's like, this is the only ding I found.
Yeah, well, hold it up for a second.
I mean, it is really not a big deal.
It's not a big deal there. You can definitely see something happened over here because somebody poked holes to try and slide hammer it out.
It looks like a door catch failed.
And because safety is job one, always make sure to use a torch to burn off putty over a full trash can.
Yeah, it's always the best way to do it. Jesus Christ. That's hideous. The sad part is someone probably paid for that. Not one of those holes was necessary. You turn the fender over and it's all accessible. This whole upper lip was iced, and there's not a single thing here. It's perfect until you get to right there. There's no reason for any icing, and it's a full 1/8 of an inch thick. That is ugly.
Topography.
Yeah, surface of a lake, and the other one was here, I believe.
Surface of a lake or surface of the moon?
That is an ugly fender.
It'll buff out.
Yeah, I like that. Thanks for that. That'll buff out.
We've really got to do something about these mice.
They're everywhere. You brought them here with that truck, and now look what they've done.
I brought them here with that truck?
We brought them here with that truck.
Oh boy!
We're not quite sure why somebody thought they needed to put a wing mirror on this thing, because there's already one on the door. I guess because JDM, yo. I don't know if that was a thing in the 80s. That fit. Oh, like a glove. I don't think that same routine's going to work up here, though. So, got a little patch panel figured out here. Go about there. Well, turn this Fender over to Dad, and I guess move on to the next one. There we go. Like nothing ever happened. What am I going to do about that? That should be easy to patch, right? That's not going to play silly buggers with me or anything. It's got the basic shape. I went ahead and ground the back side of this too. This fits up pretty close against the sill, which is probably why it rusted out in the first place. I think that's enough of those for a while. Dad went out and got some more parts for this thing. He's got a couple of bad door hinges, so he picked up a full set off, I'm assuming a part out. And yeah, told me to just go through them and see which ones were good, and if we had a couple of good ones to replace a couple of bad ones, and we do. Time to clean these up. Using my dad's not even slightly playing around wire wheel. This thing worries me slightly. Can you tell why? And there we go. Two basically new door hinges.
You having fun yet?
Yeah, Dad's having some fun now, taking the doors apart here.
I hate it.
And I'm no expert on these, but I think this might have been a part before. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. We haven't put it back together yet.
No, we haven't.
Probably takes 25 pounds off the door. So we're getting rid of that putty right there.
Oh, yeah. So, Dad, what do you think this is supposed to look like?
Well, I just have this feeling it's not supposed to wag its tail.
Yeah, or have its skin falling off.
But you know, about the same age as me. Well, I look better, I think. No, nothing necessary here.
Well, your skin's not falling off.
There you go.
Alright, Dad, how do you polish the paint on your panels?
You know, you get one of these really nice non-abrasive pads. It's just...
So this guy had several mirrors on here, plus the mirrors on the fenders. I get the feeling this guy really liked mirrors.
I think he was afraid somebody was following him.
Maybe he was a parakeet. Well, despite the fact he's setting it on fire again, this is actually not that bad of a panel. It's got a few extra holes in it, but no reason for the 1/4 inch of Bondo. And in other news, that angle grinder that sketched the crap out of me last night just died. Yeah, making all kinds of terrible noises because the gears are skipping. So
Aggressively died.
yeah, aggressively died. So rest in pieces, Ryobi.
Isn't that what IOTA stands for? Ryobi International Products, rest in peace.
Rest yo button pieces. It just needs a P afterwards. So yeah, to our surprise,
We have a panel.
yeah, this door's actually pretty nice.
The only mouse holes in it, we're putting it with a drill.
Yeah. It's got a couple of dings, and it's got kind of a high spot running up here where Dad thinks the hinge failed once, and it's got a whole bunch of holes here because apparently if one mirror is good,
4 or better.
yeah. So I gotta weld some of those up, but yeah, it's not bad at all.
Best yet.
Sweet. Here's a little pro tip about painting a car. Take the wax off first.
Paint sticks better if you do.
And the putty, God, there's no way that's just paint.
It's almost like a drilled hole. Who knows? Fuck. I bet there was a little ding there and they drilled it and pulled it.
Well, if they drilled it and pulled it, they did a better job than they did anywhere else in the car.
But this is why you don't putty over holes. That's just bizarre.
Well, that'll be a lot easier to weld up than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, something happened there. So you're telling me it's been painted twice over that putty and they still couldn't get it smooth?
Jesus. Hey, hit by a softball.
I think the infection's back, guys.
Bottom all cleared up.
Near as I can tell, they had like a sheet of stick-on rubber feet for something, and they just decided if they didn't pull the sheet apart, they could use it as sound matting.
Held up for the most part.
So explain this to me again. We've got one bleed screw here,
That's the only bleed screw in the back.
and then the line runs
the
across.
line goes in on the driver's side to the inlet port of the wheel cylinder, and then the line comes out the bleed screw port and goes to the other wheel. That's absolutely original.
So now we couldn't see these before, but we can see that these can be cut off.
Yeah.
Do not cut off these. That's how the front part of the body chest, the scuttle, mounts to the frame.
Yeah, you want to leave those. You want to
Leave
cut
those.
off these.
Cut those. Note to self.
Because that's your dash braces.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sean pulled the frame out from under it, and we're gonna get the drive line figured out and the exhaust and all that, but she's dirty. So we got a plan. And it involves a whole shitload of quarters.
Still a little bit of crap in here and there, but not that.
Well, here it is, the cleanest it's been in a while. Looks a little smaller.
Weighs a little less.
Yeah. It also gifted us a free tool.
The ever so handy 8mm wrench.
Yeah, bizarrely, an English car where everything is SAE gifted us an 8mm. We have noticed that at some point in this car's history, somebody tried reverse entry drifting before it was cool.
Yeah, they did a good job of it too.
Probably delayed it becoming cool by rather a lot. That
was a good whack.
yeah, did not help it any. This is the part that can only go well.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
How do you mock up your exhaust?
Coca-Cola, the American way.
Yeah, well, all we gotta do is make sure the drive shaft clears.
Well, the drive shaft goes above the floors.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're golden.
Yeah. Should be no problem. But it'll be a lot easier for the poor bastard to put the exhaust in with the body off. No, I'd say it's almost a little low.
Well, I think we got the right stuff for it. Also, bizarrely, 14mm bolt. We're not sure why.
I think it's probably Whitworth standard. Because these have been around since the 30s on British cars. Back when all other things were Whitworth standard.
Or it's some like bizarre 16ths or 32nd size.
It's a body tool, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you're not working on a body, it's a frame straightener. There we go.
It is new.
Mint.
Much better.
Yeah, all of these things that we couldn't do if we left the body on.
Those were actually exhaust hangers that haven't been used in about 300 years.
Yeah, because some tool drilled holes in the trunk floor. Alright folks, this video is getting a little long, and we got a lot left to go here, but we got stuff to work on. So,
This was unplanned.
yeah, we weren't planning to take all this apart, but it's going to make it way easier.
Yeah, frame off restoration.
Yay.
Yay.
Something to put in your forum signature.